It's time you heard these weight loss truths. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 6 weight loss truths that could be preventing you from seeing results. Now, I just want to say this video might not be helpful for everyone since not everyone is looking to lose weight. And if that's not you, that is totally fine and I'll see you in the next video. But if you are that person that does want to lose weight and you're getting really frustrated, I wanted to make a video that actually provides you with some honest truths and some helpful tips so that you can actually start to see results. Particularly if you want to see results in a really sustainable way. If you're here looking for quick fixes so you lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, this is not the video for you and you're not going to sustain that very well. This video is for people who want to see sustainable results and can actually live an enjoyable lifestyle. If you want to see that and you want to live a healthy lifestyle, then this video is definitely for you. But before we start, hi, my name is Katey. I'm a registered dietitian and certified personal trainer. My goal is to help you learn more about nutrition, fitness, and wellness so that you can be your best, whatever that looks like. Of course, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. It helps support me more than you'll ever realize, and it'll also help you continue to learn and stay a part of the community. And with that, let's get started. The first weight loss truth is that slow and steady is better than hard and fast. Look, I know you want to see results and I know you want to see them quickly, but that's just not the reality. No one likes to wait. I get it. Here's the problem though. Even if you were to work out every single day in the gym and follow a really strict diet and you start to see some weight loss, you're probably not going to be able to sustain it very long. Sure, you could take the aggressive approach, but at some point you're going to have to stop. The same thing as if you were to go sprinting. Yeah, you could probably sprint for maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds, but you can't sustain it much longer than that. You're gonna have to stop. There are a lot of reasons why we can't sustain going really hard and fast, but the main one is that your body hates it. And it's really hard on the body. You're going to run out of energy at some point. You're also going to psychologically get really tired of it and you're going to end up stopping. On top of that, when you follow a really strict workout program and a really strict diet, it doesn't allow for any flexibility. At some point, there's going to be a birthday, there's going to be a holiday, there's going to be a trip, and are you really going to remove all enjoyment from your life so that you can follow a really strict diet and a really strict exercise program? It's just not realistic for a lot of people, and at the end of the day, we're not here to be miserable. We're here to find joy in our lives. It's just a part of being human, and a lot of these weight loss programs don't account for being a normal human being. The second issue is that your body hates extremes. Absolutely hates going to extremes. There is a concept known as equilibrium or homeostasis in the body. Basically, it's a state of balance, and every part of our body likes to be in homeostasis. We don't like things too low, and we don't like things too high. If you're chronically over-exercising and you're chronically under-eating, your body is going to take note of that and it's going to put a stop to it. And it'll do whatever it can so that you stop exercising so much and you start eating more. This process is known as metabolic adaptation. It's a very complicated topic, but in a nutshell, basically what your body is doing is it's putting mechanisms in place so that you feel more lethargic. And it also stimulates hunger hormones so that you feel hungrier. And even if you were going to try to resist these physiological adaptations, one of the issues is that your body will start to get really effective at using calories at a lower rate. So what ends up happening is you eat fewer and fewer calories, you burn more and more. Yes, you're definitely going to lose weight, but your metabolic rate is going to start going down too. Over time, this is going to make it very challenging to achieve a calorie deficit because your body is actually starting to use fewer calories for day-to-day functions because it's expecting less and less. On top of this, you're going to not look great. Your hair may start to fall out, your skin's not going to look great, and the reason why is because your body's prioritizing whatever little calories you're giving just to keep you alive. Altogether, it's not a good idea. And finally, with this, one of the things that nobody realizes with fast weight loss is that you lose a lot of your muscle mass too. Muscle mass is really good for activating our metabolism, and the more muscle you have, the higher likelihood that you also have a higher metabolism. So sure, with these really hard and fast programs, you're gonna lose weight. Some of it's definitely gonna be from fat, but some of it's also going to be from muscle, and we don't want this. This is why it's better to do a slow, gradual program with a small to modest calorie deficit so that you're not starving all the time and you're not exercising all hours of the day, but it's something that you can actually maintain and enjoy and your body has time to get used to. You're not going to be as miserable, your metabolism isn't going to take a hit, and if you're eating enough protein, you're definitely going to be able to maintain your muscle mass, which we really want to do. The second weight loss truth I want you to know is that not all all protein sources are created equal. Not everyone's going to like this tip, but it is the truth. While it is awesome to get a variety of protein sources in the diet, and if we're not talking about weight loss, I don't think it's as important to necessarily focus on this so much. But because this video is about weight loss, it is important. Let's say that you want to have 25 grams of protein in your meal. Well, depending on what type of food you're going to have, that can be either a really easy thing or quite the challenge. And you also have to consider how many calories are coming from that food. So here's an example of foods that would not be a good way to get 25 grams of protein because they're really high in calories. To get 25 grams of protein from chickpeas, you're actually going to also take in 455 calories. Granted, chickpeas are a really awesome source of fiber, so yeah, they will help with fullness and they are really nutritious, and I don't want to take away from that. To get 25 grams of protein and now you're getting 455 calories, that's a lot. Another example is peanut butter. I love peanut butter, don't get me wrong, but to get 25 grams of protein from peanut butter, you're going to take in about 588 calories. To put that into perspective, that's about 6.5 tablespoons of peanut butter, which is a lot. But if we were to consume things that are really good sources of protein and they're also lower in calories, this is going to be more beneficial from a weight loss perspective. For example, if you wanted 25 grams from a chicken breast, you're going to consume 122 calories. This is for a 75 gram serving, or about 3 ounces. As you can see, it's dramatically lower in calories, but still gives you that protein amount. Another example is beef. To get 25 grams of protein from beef, you're going to consume about 125 calories. This is for a serving that's about 75 to 100 grams, or about 3 to 4 ounces. Now here's a plant-based example. To get 25 grams of protein from extra firm tofu, you're going to consume about 207 calories. This is for about a half cup serving. And finally, to get 25 grams of protein from cottage cheese, which is an amazing source of protein that isn't a meat, you're going to take in about 180 calories, and this is for about a 1 cup serving. As you can see, making smarter choices with your proteins can really make a difference in the amount of calories you consume. Now, I gave examples of chickpeas and peanut butter, and these are really awesome healthy options, and I actually have them almost every single day. I put chickpeas on my salad, and I like to have peanut butter in the morning. And they're nutritious and they're great, and I definitely recommend them. They're awesome. But be mindful, especially from a weight loss perspective, that they're not the best sources of protein when we're looking at serving size. They're still nutritious foods, they're just not the best for protein. If you're not focused on weight loss, this doesn't matter for you. Again, this is specifically for people who are looking for ways to make small changes in their eating patterns that can help them achieve weight loss where they might be struggling. The third weight loss truth I want to talk about is that walking is often a better choice than running. Walking is by far one of the most underrated forms of exercise and can really help people lose weight. And honestly, walking is just really good for our overall health. Now, running can be a really awesome form of cardio exercise, and I'm not telling you not to run, so don't get that from this video. But if we are looking from a weight loss perspective, I don't think running should be your first option. The thing about running is, in order to do it for a long period of time, it requires a really strong and good cardiorespiratory health, meaning that our heart and our lungs are really strong. If you haven't run for a really long time or you're new to it, chances are your heart and lungs aren't as fit as they need to be to sustain a run for a very long time. As a result, you're not going to get as great of a return on your workout. With walking, you can sustain it for a lot longer because it's not as taxing on the system. It's also more gentle on your joints and body if that's a problem for you. It's probably going to get your heart rate up a bit, and I do recommend making sure that you're walking at a rate that gets your heart rate up a little bit, but you're going to be able to sustain it for a lot longer as well. For a lot of people, it's also more enjoyable, and a lot of people don't like running because they get so tired from it that they don't want to do it again. But with walking, it's a little bit more easy, it's a little bit more enjoyable, and you can incorporate it into your day a lot easier. While a lot of people think that high intensity exercise is really good for weight loss, and it can be, it relies on really quick energy sources such as glycogen. Steady state exercise like walking doesn't rely on these systems as heavily, so over time, especially if you're walking for a longer period of time, you can start to actually tap into your fat stores and use those as energy. The reason why you're not going to be using fat, especially for quick runs, is that it takes a long time to break that down to energy. So your body relies on sugar that's in your blood as well as your glycogen stores. If you run for a really long time, then definitely you can tap into this. But again, if you're new to running, you're probably not going to tap into it as much as you think. The key with walking is you want to make sure that you're walking at a pace that gets your heart rate up a bit and is about a perceived rate of exertion of around a 6 out of 10. So you're able to still have a conversation with somebody, but you can't belt out a song or sing for a really long time because you're gonna end up losing your breath. What this will look like will really depend on your fitness levels, but that is something I think is really sustainable and doable for a lot of people. Now, if you walk from here to the fridge, that's not gonna count. So I don't wanna see those comments here, okay? We do need to make sure we're still walking for enough time. I would recommend at least walking for about 30 to 60 minutes a day. If you're not able to do that, then you can also break it up. So going for a 10-minute walk a couple times a day. Just depends on what your preferences are. Also, if you are the person who can't go outside because of the weather, you can also walk on a treadmill. If you're capable of doing so, I would actually recommend walking on an incline. This is a great way to get your heart rate up, to challenge yourself, and get you walking for a long time. But if that's not for you, don't worry. You can also just walk on the treadmill normally and watch a TV show for 30 to 60 minutes. That's also great too. Really, the goal is to walk more. So however you can do that is going to be beneficial for your health and ultimately can support weight loss. Of course, I wouldn't just rely on walking as the only form of exercise you do, but I do think it's something that someone could do almost every single day as a way to get in some exercise. Also, I would recommend doing some strength training, as this is going to help support muscle growth as well and also support your metabolism. But this point is particularly about walking more. The fourth weight loss truth I want to talk about is that alcohol is ruining your progress. I'm sure this comes as no surprise, but alcohol is not going to help you lose weight. And it's something a lot of people need to hear. Let's be real, alcohol is considered a poison. It's not great for your health. And I find a lot of people come to me and they go, oh, I can't see the results I'm looking for, but I do know that they binge drink on the weekends, or they have, a couple drinks every single evening. There are a variety of reasons for this, but the first one to keep in mind is that technically speaking, alcohol is actually considered the fourth macronutrient. Anything that provides calories is considered a macronutrient. So we have fat, we have carbs, and we have protein. But something else that also provides calories is alcohol. Alcohol provides 7 calories per gram, so this can add up quite quickly. On top of that, a lot of alcoholic drinks also have additional ingredients such as sugar, which further contributes to calories. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have 2 glasses of wine every single night after dinner. Each glass contains roughly 150 calories. So that's about an extra 300 calories per evening just from having wine. Beer also has a similar calorie count as well. The issue here is that these things do add up. So if you have 2 beers or 3 beers or even 4 beers, that's upwards of 600 extra calories just from a beverage. If you enjoy it in moderation, let's say you have a beer every now and then, it's not going to do much for you. It's more so I'm talking about that habit. So having alcohol every single night, or if you go and binge drink on the weekend where you're having loads and loads and loads of drinks, that's going to affect your results. On top of the fact that it provides calories, there are other issues directly related to alcohol. First of all, alcohol is known to elicit weak satiety signals. What this means is that it doesn't keep us full. It's a liquid, so it gets digested really fast. Also, alcohol is prioritized in terms of metabolizing it because it's considered a poison. So it's going to prioritize burning that up as fast as possible to get it out of your system. So because alcohol is digested so fast and it basically just goes into our stomach and out, our stomach doesn't stay full for very long. So our stomach goes, oh, I want more food. I want more calories. I have nothing to work with. So it sends out hunger hormones. So our stomach's going to send out signals to our body asking for more food, further contributing to calories. The second thing, and this is kind of obvious, but when we are drinking alcohol, our judgment isn't as good. And so we're less likely to eat nutritious foods. We're more likely to go and eat more chips or candy, or if you're having wine and cheese, you're gonna have more servings of the cheese. Again, I want you to enjoy your life, and I'm not trying to be the big bummer here, but if you are trying to lose weight, these things can affect it. And so having that extra couple servings of something can add up, especially again, if you're drinking regularly. The final thing is that alcohol is actually thought to inhibit fat oxidation. Basically, what this means is it prevents us from using the fat in food as a form of energy. Instead, it's thought to promote fat storage. While we definitely need more research, it does make sense because our bodies, again, do prioritize metabolizing alcohol first. So if your body's metabolizing alcohol first, getting the calories from that, then it gets the calories from carbs, which are digested fast next. By the time it gets to fat, the body might not need those calories, so it stores it for later. Again, I want to be clear that you can enjoy wine, you can enjoy beer, you can enjoy a drink every now and then. That's not what I'm getting at with this video. Although if you want to quit alcohol too, that's great as well. And if you have a beer or you have a glass of wine and you're just enjoying yourself and you stick to a small serving starving, it's probably not going to affect your results much. It's that daily habit, it's that weekend habit, it's those things that add up over time, and something that a lot of people don't realize, and they really get frustrated that they're not seeing results. So what I would suggest is take a look at your drinking habits. Do you need to have a drink every single night after work? Do you need to binge drink every single weekend? Or can you find balance in your life? Can you have fewer drinks or drink only on special occasions? These things will make a difference. The fifth weight loss truth I want you to know is that lack of sleep is likely ruining your progress. Sleep is for the weak is probably one of the dumbest sayings I have ever heard. Sleep is not some luxury, it is a necessity. There is a reason why every single person in the entire world has to go to bed at some point. It is vital to our entire existence. Here's the thing about sleep. It's not that we just go to sleep so we feel better. Sleep is a period of time where our body goes into repair mode. It helps our cells clean up debris to keep them healthy. It's a period where we produce new cells, we get rid of old cells, and it prepares our bodies for the next day. One thing to keep in mind that a lot of people don't realize is if you are exercising regularly, you are stressing your body out. It's good stress, but you're still stressing it out. For example, if you are lifting weights, okay? Every time you lift weights, you're creating small micro tears in your muscles. Now, these little micro tears are actually a good thing because it sends signals to the body to rebuild them bigger and stronger. But if you're not giving your body the chance to do this repair, you're probably not going to see the results you're looking for. On top of that, lack of sleep has also been shown to affect our hunger hormones. In particular, when we are sleep deprived, we have lower levels of the hormone leptin, which is known as our fullness hormone, and higher levels of our hormone known as ghrelin, which is associated with hunger. It's known as our hunger hormone. So because of this, we oftentimes feel a lot hungrier because our ghrelin levels are higher and our leptin levels are lower, so we start hunting for food. And this also makes sense because if you're feeling tired, you're going to look for foods that either give you quick energy, so sugar, or a lot of energy, so fats, because fats provide more calories per gram. So if you are sleep deprived all the time, you're oftentimes going to be snacking on sugary foods or high-fat foods as a way to sustain your energy. On top of all of this, if you're tired, you're less likely to want to go exercise. We've all been there. I was tired this week and didn't want to exercise. But even if we do pull ourselves to the gym, our actual workout is probably not going to be as good as it would be if we had proper sleep. So ultimately, our performance is going to suffer. So if I could recommend anything, it would be to prioritize your sleep. Try your best to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. I know there are people who can't do this. They have kids, they have busy jobs, whatever, but even any improvement in your sleep is a good idea. The sixth and final weight loss truth I want to tell you is that there is no magic pill, just patience and consistency. This is the biggest truth there is to weight loss, and so many people ignore it. There is no magic pill, just patience and consistency, and I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's the truth. If you are not patient, you will not be exercising and eating a healthy diet long enough to see results. You'll stop before they come. If you are not consistent, you're not going to be doing the habits long enough to see results. You'll stop before they come. My favorite analogy is painting a picture. If you were to take a canvas and start painting a picture, and you get partway through and then you stop for the day and put it to the side, and then the next day you come and you take a new canvas and start painting on the canvas, stop partway through and put it to the side. And then again, the next day you come and you start a new canvas and start painting it and you put it to the side. Regardless of how long you take to do this, you're always going to end up with incomplete paintings that are never done. Had you had just been patient with the first painting you worked on, you would actually see a beautiful picture by the end. In other words, you can't keep starting a new diet or a new exercise program over and over and over and over again. You need to be patient and consistent with what you're doing. You need to give your body time to produce results. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a while. And there are no shortcuts. There's no supplement or no pill or no nothing that's going to magically lead to all of this significant weight loss that's actually sustainable. You just need to enjoy the ride. And this gets me back to one of my first things that I told you was that if you make it more enjoyable and less miserable, you're more likely to sustain it and enjoy it long term and want to keep doing it. And ultimately, this will lead to better results. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know weight loss can be a really challenging thing and it's not something that's easy. And I really wish people would stop making it out to be the super easy thing because it takes time and it can be hard for some people. But the key here is to do things that are actually healthy for you and things that you actually enjoy, and that will lead to more sustainable results that you're actually going to be happy with. And I really want you to focus on your overall habits, so eating a nutritious diet, getting regular exercise, prioritizing your sleep. These things are paramount to your health, and that is what really matters at the end of the day. Anything else is just a bonus. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me more than you realize, and it'll help you continue to learn and stay part of the community. And if there are any other topics that you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.